you have a fanboy in chat.
He does.
I was actually just
We haven't really heard a lot from Whitehelm, right? You're staying quiet.
Just because one random guy in Twitch chat, Whitehelm, you have to stay right now.
Yeah, you can't talk.
Yeah, that guy mandated it.
I don't want his brain to hurt. That'd be awful. Really don't. So Whitehelm, no talking. Alright, they're really odd. Let's see. GS still keeping things the same. TFH now, substitution-wise, I believe the original set of players that started off are still in. So keeping it mostly player-wise the same. We're hoping to see if they will make any adjustments to the playstyle. Maybe holding back a little bit. They're going very aggressive and getting engaged on. Pretty much getting engaged for free because they pop out of stealth a little bit before GS. Maybe staying back towards their side. Putting a few more marks and trying to bait out GS's stealth might be the smarter move for them. Alright, 4-0-0 is the time, so it's about 2 minutes from now. The round will get started. Bring back Chipp. We could bring Chipp in. Since Whitehelm's quiet tonight. Want to pull Chipp down?
Oh, that's gonna if he wants to come. One sec.
Alright, so Chipp might be joining us tonight. Take Whitehelm's spot since he's rather quiet.
So rude.
Oh, you're here? Okay.
Niggas be telling me to be quiet, then complain when I don't talk.
I was joking. I didn't know you'd be seriously.
Chipp's like...
I don't. I just like to fuck with people.
Digging this thief over here with the green hair and the collar.
Yo, have you seen my Asura, dude?
And the
No,
venoms.
I haven't seen your Sarah.
Where are you?
I'm over by the stands waiting for the round to start.
Your west side.
I'm not coming. I see you. Wow. With the blue hair and the glasses and the scarf. The scarf is so original.
Shut up.
By original, I mean
Asuras are so
half the people in the
2K14
sanctum
though.
have it.
Plus Asuras are so 2K14.
Yeah, it's all about the Sylvari hype in 2015.
Yo, I don't want to make a salad.
I don't know, man.
Everyone
yeah,
wants
I agree. Salad
salad
people
team.
are just not cool.
Why is
Alright,
no one like the
Chip
salad?
says he'll be here in 5 minutes.
Alright, so Chip will be joining us in 5 minutes.
I'm all aboard the human train because I just got really tired of tonicking.
It's the same animations. That's why
Exactly.
I did it too. I don't like popping out of tonic, right? And then having to like have my crappy Norn animation, so I had to go human.
This is where I mentioned that over the 2 years I've been playing this game, I've had 7 different Guardians on my account. Seriously, ANET, just like release race changes. You will make so much money!
I think it's because that's the personal story they won't put in.
They could just they could just make it so you have
Just
to put your
delete
personal
the personal
story
story.
first.
Just delete the
Yeah,
personal
just
story.
remove it from the game.
I can't play Hearthstone on this computer, and it's really bugging me.
Are you in your? Oh, the round is starting. I had a goldfish in my mouth. Very casual cast tonight. And TFH now going forward, getting the stealth off. GS also in stealth. Looks like TFH is playing a little bit up. No, they're going forward here again. And GS already popping out of stealth right on top of them, getting the good engage off the hammer immobilizes, go down, GS going in, and TFH manages to avoid the brunt of that damage. Meanwhile, GS on the back line of TFH, Gorilla moving slowly though to try to step in them and get in the way, and a lot of the backline pulling back and getting out of there. Now we see one GS very low, Gorilla on top of him, he's going to go down here. Gorilla pushing on him, he's almost down, they get him down, finish him off, and so that's one GS down, and now we see the gank over off to the side, trying to finish a GS gank player who's down in a refuge right now. The refuge on top of him, but TFH right on top of it, trying to finish the refuge off. The bomb goes down on top of it. I think he's back up. GS popping a lich here now. It's on TFH's push. GS has one player down. He's going to get banner back up. He's going to get back into the fight. Another player down. A warrior off to the side. TFH pushing in on it, finishing him off. It looks like he's going to go down. No banner coming down for him just yet. He's still up though, and the banner comes down at 10% HP. So a good banner by GS. And now TFH now pulls back for a regroup. GS doing the same, going for another down player of theirs, and TFH keeping the pressure on top of him though. The thief going to get back up. Playing a little too aggressively right now. Another player goes down for GS. It's a warrior. I believe the different one from before now. So it's going to be a rally ward here. 40 odds gets back up. He's a warrior for TFH. He's still low. GS sees this. They're going on top, going on him, going hard for him. But one GS player going down the back. They're hard resing him. And so both players get up. Both sides actually get out unscathed. TFH getting a re-empower off GS, doing the same. TFH moving forward. A few other players going a little too aggressive right there, getting caught almost. We see a player in the down the back. It's a Necro. TFH trying to get him back up. However, the rest of GS's train is right there on top of him. Now he's going to get. He's barely alive. He's going to actually go down here. So a good job by TFH. And another TFH player going down off to the side. And GS keeping the range pressure up. They have 2 players down right now for TFH. TFH needs to get this Guardian up off to the side. GS frontline on top of him, finishing him off here. King Gorilla coming back around for another pass, trying to finish the Guardian. Over on the gank fight, we see TFH 1v5 from coming out of GS's gank right now, having to pull back. Gorilla now on top of the gank, getting a regroup off, and GS pushing back in. Looks like they have a slight advantage right now. Both sides pretty even. 2 went down to the gate ranger, and a Ellie or a thief went down in the back, generated by the GS gank. Now the front line goes in to finish those 2 off, and we see GS trying to finish off a player off to the side. He's going to get back up. There's a Necro low for GS right now. He's almost down. He's down up to the side. GS now, or trying to save him. TFH on top of him, finishing him off, and so they're going to lose another player. A lot of players down on both sides right now, but it looks like this is in favor of GS. TFH now pulling to the south side of the arena, still chasing casters down, and it looks like they're looking to try to catch a thief right now. Thief going to get away, and now GS in the middle of the arena, in the middle, getting pushed, finishing off a few more frontline from TFH. King Gorilla is down. TFH now trying to get him back up. However, he's all alone by himself. The rest of the guild is dead, and it looks like they fought to the last man here, and GS is going to win this round.
Much better, TFH.
TFH bringing the fight this time, still getting caught in that corner, but they went to the last man and they managed to generate a couple of downs that time, keeping it a lot closer.
I know. I still think they were kind of playing into GS's playstyle, which we've kind of consistently been seeing them get into that corner and then just sitting there and grinding it out with their opponents until they can just slowly keep getting down, secure those out with their hammers. And I think TFH just really unable to get enough pressure on them to keep them off of them for a clean enough of a regroup for them to actually reset and then reopen on them. So I think that might be partly due because TFH's casters aren't using less Condi duration food. Yeah,
GS has a lot more
a
free
lot of,
movement.
Yeah.
It seems like King Gorilla is a little bit slow right now just to react to what GS is. He's playing very reactive to whatever GS's train's doing. If Haru goes towards his backline, he goes to counter. If Haru moves to the left, he moves to the right, but he's not really making his own decisions here. He's catching things, but then immediately he's pulling off to go rescue someone who gets downed off to the side. And so
Yeah, as a driver, I can tell you that's painful. Like, if you're trying to make your own plays, and then you have, like, people randomly going down, and you're like, you need to go save them, but you want to make your own plays, so you get distracted pretty easily.
It's hard for them right now, because we've seen with their gank, they're not keeping up with they have the ranger helping them, but they don't have they can't really keep up with Hotgun and Beyond B. So it puts their casters at a disadvantage. And Chipp here, coming and joining us now, might be able to give a little bit more insight on this.
Chipp doesn't know how to play against gank, he just train shatters.
Yeah, well, yeah,
presses 1 from 1200 range with his greatsword.
Yeah, that's the best way to play gank. What was the question?
Oh, the question was, what can TFH do against GS's gank?
When you're running a fresh air alley like GS's, you pretty much just blow up the fresh air alley. Like, it should be pretty easy. I haven't actually checked what TFH's gank comp is. You guys know what it is?
They're running a thief, a ranger, and I think Mesmer.
The worst gang comps possible.
Yeah, probably the worst gank comp there is, but ideally the ranger should be able to just kind of poke at the fresh air alley and then have the thief go in to kill him, unless they're perma-stealthing.
I think they're doing 2 thieves, actually.
That's better.
Yeah, 2 thieves.
Yeah, 2 thieves for TFH.
But the thing is, like, with GS's comp, they're really going for that, stealth, blow someone up, stealth, blow someone up. Like, so if you take your gank comp and make them a little bit more range, they'll have a lot bigger of an impact on the fight. Like, if TFH is running the 2 thieves, let's say they ran double Mesmer with the ranger, they could kill probably 2 melee or help force 2 melee downs in the time that GS's gank kills just 1 person, and that really affects the fight.
Alright, so the next round getting started soon. Actually, still waiting on the time. Time's gonna be at 10:00, so that's in about 2 minutes 50 seconds from now. Again, we do need to institute the time limit if that is not a thing already. And I think that'll start this week. Will it?
Yeah, probably.
It'll start this week. All right.
We might
The round
also
times.
allow for
The round
play
time's not
between.
taking too long though. But we had
don't
an
want to
incident.
hog OS for forever.
that is the goal will be too, and with the last few days of the tournament will be to start getting OS a little bit freer and finishing these rounds up a little bit faster, still allowing guilds the time they need to prepare and play competitively. And the round will get started at 10:30 actually, so the time has been moved up by 30 seconds.
What's the time limit going to be? Just 5 minutes?
Probably like 3-4 minutes.
Probably should
like
be exact. It should be exactly.
If each round is
banner
like 2 minutes, then like our GvG should end in 15 minutes. Like I don't know. Like we shouldn't have to take an hour for a 7-round GvG. This is stupid.
Well, there's pretty much always going to be at least a 4-minute buffer on rounds, typically if you're waiting for banners, because...
Yeah, I mean, even with the 4-minute buffer, like, take like 30 minutes. Okay, say we have a 4-minute buffer plus a, a generous 3-minute round. Still, what, like 45 minutes? That's 15 minutes. That's very generous, too.
Then you also have to think about, like, players DCing and stuff like that, which is actually, we've actually been seeing quite a bit so far, these rounds.
Controls.
I think ANET's beta is kind of messing up the service a little bit, but...
Chip, we have a question in Twitch chat from Hung Like Walrus. I don't know who this is, but he says,
Oh, wow.
I heard you play on a Mac. Why would you do that to yourself?
Wow, the Mac
That's a really
cave,
good
man.
question.
Chip, why are you crippling yourself here?
No, because I have to. I have to handicap myself.
No wonder you can't go toe to toe with actual gang.
Wow,
Oh.
that's hurtful. Now,
Oh,
why are
no,
you even
I'm
on
very-
this game, Georgy? Shouldn't you be like ERPing in Terra?
I should. I got my crown day actually. It's a
Nobody knows
free
what that
item you
means.
get. Yeah, it's a cosmetic item. I have no idea about the gear in that game yet. All right, the round is starting. GS going for an early stealth. The middle of the arena needs to be cleared still. Looks like it's getting cleared. The Quaggan moving out of the way. GS re-stealthing, or the gang stealthing off to the side. So the gang taking a separate stealth. TFH taking all their stealths together, however, and we see TFH immediately almost pop out, and now GS already behind them, getting the early hammer mobilizes. Some of their front lines caught. GS caught, seems to have caught one of the TFH players. He's gonna go down. It's a Necro. He's still up. Gets back to his train. However, the train rezzing one of their players in the back, and now King Gorilla on the defensive here, being pushed back by GS. GS's gank off to the side. Their thieves getting pressured by the Necro in Death Shroud. However, they're going to get away into a good Shadow Refuge place down. One of the GS players is down. One of the TFH players is down, cleaved out by the Necro Lich. TFH now getting an Empower off, pushing forward. Lich still up for GS, might not be the best decision here. And TFH doesn't care, they're going in anyway. Getting the push on GS, some of GS are low, however TFH having to pull back. Looks like they have one player down, it's going to be a rally war between the two. A Thief is down, I believe, I don't know which Thief that is for them. Well, either Beyond Me or Hakan. And the banner's going to go down a little bit late here for GS. So the banner wasted right now, and the Thief dead. So TFH gonna go ahead and get a res off, or a re-empower here. Some of their players are still low though in the train. King Gorilla all by himself pushing on GS, the rest of the train out of position, and King Gorilla getting caught on the bomb, having to pop all of his virtues to get off. And 404 are gonna go down here, and he's gonna still be down there trying to hard res him right now. However, the banner not coming down yet. We might see it here, and no, he's gonna get cleaved out. So it's a warrior down, and now GS gonna pull back in and empower off, and TFH doing the same. Off to the side here, the gank. Schnicky downing the other Caleb and the other Thief, so Schnicky 1v2ing with the help of the other Thief. That's the Fresh Air Ellie, by the way. Or not Fresh Air Ellie, the Scepter Focus Ellie. And now we see TFH, a few more go down, GS pushing in on them, and TFH gonna have to pull back, get a re-empower off. They lose a player in that, and GS gonna lose a player. However, they're gonna drop a banner arm, he's back into the fight. So TFH low on numbers right now, being pushed again into this corner by GS. Schnicky and the Thief, either Beyond or Hakan, not sure which one that is. I believe that's Hakan. Hakan might be going down here. The refuge on top, drop the refuge on top of him, and he looks like he's going to be all right. But the rest of the melee for TFH is collapsing in the middle right now from the bomb coming down from GS. So again, a similar sight as we've seen before. TFH at their starting side, all on the floor. And the round is going to be 4-0 to. Is it 4-0? It's going to be 4-0 to GS.
Man, I thought this was gonna be a little bit closer of a match than it is.
Again, I
So-
think
TFH
TFH is
better at
definitely...
it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they're getting
I say
better.
they're still playing into GS's game, like against a hammer comp. As much as watching a pirate Chipp isn't very fun, I think you really just have to go fairly caster heavy. Or you have
Caddy's-
to be extremely cautious with your engages.
Coyote is the best DR here.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh
But
yeah,
GS
I've
right
seen
now.
his Victor.
Let's talk about what GS is doing right. What are some things?
Well, they blast stealth with their hammer guard.
Oh, they're winning.
And then they come out and they emote spam, drop a nasty motherfucking bomb.